Oye, aho, my family. Aho. So much pent up fire. So much miscommunication. So much sickness in the mind. Those constantly putting I first. Instead of we, it's me. It's a lack of fairness, a lack of equality, a lack of comprehension, a lack of caring, a lack of compassion, a lack of self-sacrifice. And I do not mean a taking of your life. I do not enjoy how there seems to be a consistency of an addiction to pain. I'm witnessing some type of accident. There are many forces on the road right now. Huh. It seems people are also taking for granted, like, you could say the God in every single religion. The sun, where the heat and the light comes from. Am I forced to turn around? Boo! Boo! How am I supposed to, like, get... There's some weird energy going on, man. Like, somebody received a phone call from my telephone, even though I didn't call them. There's no call log of them on my side of the spectrum. I'm having, like, random codes be texted to me. Like, I believe I'm being hacked, if I had to, like, describe what's happening. And it's funny because, again, we don't care about other people's stories anymore. Like, you understand? Dude, I just realized, like, I'm so trapped over here. I'm not even sure how this could happen. Huh, hey, actually, that way is an option. Excuse me. This way. I'm following this guy. Because now that I see him going this way, I remember this pathway that I have once traveled. I'm extremely disappointed. And when I say I am hoping that you realize that I am is inside of me speaking. Okay? Mankind is taking for granted sunlight. And people are educated in these silent weapons. And still, they are careless in not using their power. They are lying down so the enemy can take their life instead of fighting with their life, using it for survival of what they love and what they care about. When you read the scriptures, especially one to make the most obvious is the Bhagavad Gita. And Arjun, excuse me if that's not how I say it right, and by the way, I'm extremely angry because I just saw a pack of cigarettes just rolling in the dirt on the, like, road, okay, or like the highway area. Anyway, this child is called to destroy what is evil, even if it's his own blood. pay attention to Agenda 21, they make clear that they wish to lower the population and have designated areas for humans. And only the rich will survive, right? We see that they have these diseases that are patented and created so that mankind can suffer in the way that they choose. Do you not see the way that they want the world to go? How they want everything to be in a chip on a computer? There will be no more cash. There will be full control. Everywhere you go, there will be a camera, and they will say it's for your protection. Every subtle facial expression, every tiny little muscle will be read by the artificial computer. If you even have a thought of being misbehaving, creating a chaos among society, you can be locked out of the system. Look at sesame credit, social credit in China. It's a human credit score. If you think about it, there are little subtle ways they are here in America, such as your Uber driver being able to rate you, you rating your Uber driver, same with your Airbnb. Or think about all the commentary on Facebook and just the community. Imagine all of those eyes, all of those facial expressions if they're lying, and everything else being read as a collective society, and truly being able to know lineages and watch them for generations and watch them repeat the same times around the same times when the planets are here at this place and these alignments. People don't care about the gyroscopic precession. They don't care about astronomy. They don't care about astrology. They want to believe everything that they are told instead of following their feelings. And their brains are being controlled by fear, and their body is conditioned like animals. Subconscious conditionings, nearly on purpose, because we have the power to create a society of intelligent, high vibrational beings. Though I do not believe that we are the ones to have the power to say what should stay and what should no longer exist. I believe that things should work out naturally. I had a kind of comedic joke, though it wasn't really a joke because I meant it. And the philosophy was that if you wanted to have a child, you had to pay $300,000. You'd have to value the life a minimum of that much, even though we all know that life is so much more precious than that. And it's not so much that only the rich can have children. It would be so that we would stop poisoning people through the food and through the air, and that we would save the plants and communicate with the plants, since we can get to know like their hormones and know everything like on such a subtle vibration. So instead of destroying everything, I think that there's so much more to be explored and to care about if we would actually use our intelligence as like a community, instead of making it all about making money that actually doesn't really mean anything. We really just need fresh air, sunlight, and clean water. And none of us are really using our senses. Like, we're so like stuck in our genitals, or like, you know, in our own butts, like just not really caring about the whole. Like, I mean, people aren't even caring about what they put in their bodies. They're just like gaining excessive weight. They have no energy to lift anything, and even their minds tell them I can't go on. And like, they don't even care to take power and control over their thoughts. They don't even recognize that they can. And it just made me want to offer like everything that I have learned and gathered for free. So if you pay attention, this is the route that I am going. And I am donation based right now, and also have like official negotiated rates for certain services. Like if you would like a flower healing ceremony or a card reading, or you are interested interested in Reiki or just learning about anything, you know, there's so many people that say, how much? There's a famous quote that says, if you have to ask how much, you can't afford it. Some people won't even put like something on the table. Like, you know, you could see something that you care about so much, and you just say, hey, this is what I have. This is what I'm interested in. I am so disgusted with society and the culture and the rules. I do not appreciate this at all. It's quite traumatizing. So much conditioning, so much listening. See, these silent weapons are so important. And so let's say you're being listened to. And then let's say there's a certain noise that can be played that you can't hear that kind of cancels certain sounds or cancels things because this other tone that is being played. Some people don't know about EMFs. These electromagnetic fields, and they forget that they are electrons, like they forget the biomass that they are. Where am I? Like, this is just awful. It's not awful, it's beautiful, but at the same time, like, if you only knew what the universe was doing to me at this time. My soul is so tired. I've been constantly embarking on a journey, and I ask that those who are attached to my soul, that they love me so much they give me freedom to go home when it is my time. Your wishes and your prayers are being listened to. So even if it is against someone's whole literal existence. I know, excuse my stuttering. Yay, finally! Finally! Ow! Ow! Oh? Yeah, I'll go this way. This is fine. Ay. Oh? Am I where I think I am now? This is just so intriguing. So intriguing. Slightly annoying. God's a comedian, okay? Like, this was obviously destiny. Though, like, it's making my brain work 10 times harder because I have to, like, re-navigate from the realm that I was traveling. So, let's get back to what we're talking about now that I have, like, a slight general idea where I'm going. I mean, my heart is completely, like, crushed and destroyed by this system. Like, if you only knew the attacks that I am receiving energetically. Like, I know that so many of you don't believe in physics or just energy work or anything that I've been preaching about forever. Dude. I spy a cat that is orange and white and standing on the train tracks. call it my medicine juice bag for my children. So I would call it in the heart, man, like in a very specific way. I'm like really good at the concept of acupuncture, and I am called to continue learning these books. However, the hardest part is actually sitting still and reading an old textbook. Like, the electronic devices are so addictive, and the culture is just putting out all these ideas. Like, look at your like timeline constantly showing you food or sexual energy. Like, you don't see how your whole mind is being messed with to be like made primal or like conditioned in a subconscious way that is especially made for you in your brain. It's like down to the frequencies through the telecommunication lines, like silent weapons for quiet wars, okay? Like, I can't, please just Google that. Or quiet weapons for silent wars. Silent weapons for quiet wars. It's something like that, okay? Like my higher self or God or intuition or I am that I am is speaking and calling this way. There has been so much collective trauma, and there are so many who are working through their pain and their suffering. So many, and they aren't getting praises. So many fail to see these imprints and how they had something to do with it. Their will, them forcing their sexual energy or any energy and attention on other human beings who do not have the same will. There is a great force. In Star Wars, they literally hump, okay? Like hump day, hump, H-U-M-P. They literally hump their, like, victims, the Dark Force in Star Wars. Just like they, like, far away choke, okay? Like, I think it's called something specifically when they use the force of darkness, which is their will, their way, you know, like constriction and control and force, and what I say, not what you say, manipulation, discourse. I am sickened with the way that they are attempting to rule all of societies, okay? Like, please see the movie They Live. I mean, there's so many different ways for you to receive this information. It's just like so hidden in plain sight. Please. I know it sounds really funny, just like Alex Jones jumping around in a crazy frog suit saying you're turning the frogs gay. No, you're not turning the frogs gay. You're changing the sexes of the frogs. Okay? Like what? In the BPA plastic, you dump in your water bottles, you dump in your plastic in the water and the vibrations. You need to speak to the waters. Speak to the waters. Tell it, I love you. Purify. Like, you fail to recognize your power of imprints, your will, your wishes, and your priorities are washed. Please remember your ancestors. Please remember the natural way of things. Do not destroy. Do not destroy all living things. Do not destroy each other. There is so much possible communication. And you do not have to fail each other or be such a bully to your sisters and brothers, each other. You do not have to be so judgmental and racist and special. We can all be family. There doesn't have to be greed and manipulation or recreated trauma. If we aren't talking about these things and making these situations known, then like how are we changing the universe? You know what I mean? Like, are we actually learning from our past mistakes? Are we learning it's best not to lie? Are we learning it's best to treat each other how we wish to be treated? So if you won't have lies, you won't lie. You will create a universe that is this certain frequency. You won't try to control each other. You will simply love each other and let each other fully be their authentic selves. When people are telling you they are creating and manifesting this beautiful life, that you're like, hell yeah, do this for yourself. Do this for yourself. With this great love, this great manifestation. There's so many different addictions, like addicted to shopping, addicted to new relationships, addicted to sexual energy, addicted to food, addicted to technology. Addiction to financial means. Addiction to this makes me feel good, I need more. Addiction to sickness. Addiction to pain. I won't have pain. Are you creating pain? Mentally, emotionally, physically, financially? What are your intentions? What is your pleasure in this world? Are you willing to create more of it? Are you willing to share it? What are your investments into the future? Do you see how your money means nearly nothing? You can build a building for now, right? How quickly can you destroy something that took forever to make, like the trees? We do not have to just lay down. We can choose to buy land and to return it to what it was before. You do not have to have roads everywhere. There are safer ways. Imagine you had to actually walk where you wanted to go and you had to travel by boat. Imagine how much different the world would be if there was no vehicles. We have become so spoiled creatures. There's so many different corners of the universe and so many different habitats and areas of survival. And still, all man wants to do is divide and conquer. This land is mine, this land is yours. My food, my place. This is what's important, this is what's allowed. Some people have it really twisted. And then no one really wants to talk about why what's important is important. They say people are too stupid or they don't have time. I love custom license plates. They're definitely clever. Clever. There's so many distractions. It's hard to stay focused on what's important unless, again, you really are willing to die and use your life for this, to fight for this, to live for this. Do you really cherish? Money doesn't buy happiness. Doesn't really buy you freedom either. If you can set yourself free from your mind and your desires, imagine how much happier you would be. Give yourself permission to dance. Give yourself permission to sing. instead of seeing each other as different, can you see where the wounds are the same? Are you willing to spend time with each other to really hear the other and to see your differences instead of counting all the ways that you are different from everything in the world? Can you see yourself a part of it instead of separate from it? Have you taken for granted the things that you have that others do not? Do you not see how you're special and where your power is? Your knowledge, your wisdom. There's so much artificial intelligence just trolling minds. And it's really sad, you know what I mean? Like, you think that you're talking to a boy or a girl on the internet, and really it's a computer that has generated a fake profile meant to collect data and information targeted toward whatever, like, subject it is programmed for. I could pull a Joe and just say, hey, look into it. Look into it. You want to fight me so quickly instead of looking into it. Look up HEK293. HEK293. Next, study Tesla and frequency. Type those two words together. Frequency Tesla. See if you can find something that isn't the major corporation, that is actual roots from he himself. There's so much false information out there, like you think that Einstein said this quote, or you're like the content that you're learning, and it's just all scrabbled on the internet, like, and it's not real. Like, people are forgetting, like, the facts and how the world was generations before, and then they go on believing these false belief systems about their reality. Like, how many people actually really know that in order for cows to be producing milk, that they have to constantly be pregnant? Like, you know this, right? So can you see the torture for, like, using things for a means instead of letting it have its own existence? Right? Like, we don't really need milk. I mean, it is something unique, right? We could say the same thing about humans. Humans, like, supplies, right? Imagine humans were used, like, imagine, like, human armpit hair was like a food seasoning. Like, notice these things. And know that there are legitimate websites where you can purchase bizarre things like toenail clippings. You are what you eat, right? A lot of people are afraid of eating animals because they feel like they're consuming the fear and the emotional hormones that the animal has gone through. Versus those who don't think that the structure of their food will change if they pray over it. They forget how much water is actually inside their food. And they forget that they can restructure their water with thoughts, intentions. Like, we can talk to the water. I can't help but think of, like, this woman's water song. Nibi Wobble. I'll be back when I can concentrate and channel more energy. Thank you so much. Please be kind to each other. Please understand. Please see what's really important. Please understand. We're not always going to be able to buy land and to go where you want to go. So enjoy every single moment that you have right now. And know that we have the power to change the way the world is going if we can simply just notice, witness, understand the rules, understand the systems, understand the culture, understanding words. What are you wishing for someone else? Are you wishing them well? Are you aware of what you shine out is what comes back to you? What are you responsible for? What do you care about? What are your thoughts towards your children's children? What would you like to leave behind for them to know? Maybe your family can open up a bookshop and start gathering all the books so that no matter what happens, there's like a place. And you could go to all the thrift stores and gather books and always like triple your money. And it could be all family operated and run off of donation books even too. Or like people can get credit, like if you donate 3 books, you get 4 books free. Something like that. People aren't thinking like that. They don't care. They're bored. They're content with how things are. They'll just lay down and take it instead of making. You gotta make it. None of us are going to make it, you know what I mean? We are going to exit at some point. However, it's a choice to come back or not, or to understand what's really happening. There's a lot of work at play, a lot of construction. Are you in a cage but you can't see the bars? Why do you think they call us sheep or kids? Do you know what a kid is? Is it connected to goats? What do you know? What is worth looking up your time? If somebody shows you something, do you actually like study and read and connect with things, or are you running away? And do you associate it with bad things because you had a bad experience at school or something? What made you an addict? What made you have to escape to your addictions? What were you willing to do to change? What do you think comes with the change? What comes with what you're doing right now? What's worth your time and your energy? What's worth shouting about? Where is your true love? Where is your true heart? Where is your true character? Where is your connection? What do you know about trauma? What do you know about CPTSD? What you know? Oh, do your homework. Use your time wisely. Create and enjoy. Get realigned with you. Remember why you're here and what you are called to do, instead of being scared all the time. Trust your intuition. Just be yourself. That's all you have to do. without conditions, without holding yourself back, allowing all the energy to flow through you. Heal inside of you what you wish to heal inside of the other. Jabagwan. Namaste.